Hey guys, today we're going to be talking about area of sectors. So first, let's get the definition of a sector. A sector of a circle is the region formed by two radii and one arc of a circle. Now let's bring in two examples. So the first example, let's have that as the circle, and we'll have these 2 points, and then the midpoint, let's call it midpoint P. This is circle P. And when we connect them, this would be the arc formed, and this is the area of the sector that we would be solving for. And in this case, this is a right angle of the sector. And here, let's have another example. We'll have another circle, and the midpoint, let's call it midpoint P again, and these 2 points. When we connect it, we're going to create a semicircle, and this is the arc, and this would be the area of a sector that we would be solving for. And based on that, we can conclude that in general, if we have a circle and we have any 2 points on the circle and then a midpoint, whatever angle is formed, the sector, if this is angle M, the area of the sector would be what is contained within it. So all of this space in here. And that's just generally what we can conclude from that. And based on that, we can get a formula. Let's have 2 formulas. The first formula is going to be A equals pi r squared. And the second one is going to be A equals m degrees over 360 degrees multiplied by pi r squared. So as you can see, the reason I wrote the A equals pi r squared is because this is the formula to find the area of circles, and this is in the formula to find the area of sectors, which is what we're talking about. And obviously we know that the equation has to do with the area of the circle and the angle that the circle forms, and if we multiply that, if we get the fraction of that, the m divided by 360 degrees, this angle multiplied by the area of the circle would give you the area of the sector. So here we have 2 problem examples, and let's solve them. The first one says, find the area of a sector with central angle 50 degrees and diameter 14 degrees. Now this is a pretty simple example, so we can just plug in the equation. So we have A equals 50 degrees over 360 degrees multiplied by pi r squared. And we know the diameter is 14 centimeters. So if we divide 14 by 2, then that would give us 7 centimeters as the radius. So this is pi 7 squared. And when we simplify this, it'll be equal to 5 over 36 degrees multiplied by 49 pi. And when we simplify this all, we'll get the answer to be 21.38 centimeters squared. And that is how you would solve this first example. But now let's have a more in-depth problem. So it says, find the degree measure of the arc of a sector with area 36 pi if the area of the circle is 144 pi. So this one isn't as straightforward as the last one. And in this case, we're still going to be using the formula. So it's A equals m degrees over 360 degrees multiplied by pi r squared. And we can start plugging in what we know. So A is the area of the sector, and in this case it states that the area of the sector is 36 pi. So we plug in 36 pi as A equals m degrees over 360 degrees, and we don't know m because that's what we're solving for. So we're just going to say m degrees over 360 degrees multiplied by pi r squared, and we know from here that the pi r squared is how we would find the area of the circle. And here it says that this area of the circle is 144, So we can just plug in the 144 pi. And now we can get straight to solving this. And as you can see, there's pi on both sides of the equation, so we can cancel that off. And we're gonna have 36 equals m degrees over 360 degrees times 144. And since the m degrees over 360 degrees is in a fraction form, we can divide the 144 to get it on the other side, and then we'll have a proportion. So this would be 36 divided by the 144 is equal to m degrees over 360 degrees. And since it's a proportion, we can multiply that and solve it going crisscross. So here we're going to have 144m is equal to 36 times 360 degrees. And when we simplify all of this, we're going to get it to be 4m equals 360 degrees. And when we simplify this whole thing, we're going to get m to equal 90 degrees. And that is what we're asked to solve, because it's the degree measure of the arc. So thanks for watching, guys. Today we discussed area of sectors, and we use it in 2 application problems. Make sure to follow, like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more.